action. We got 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 woo. We got action. We got action. We got woo. We got action. Now we got action. We got woo. You are now tuned in to Intellectually Petty Radio. Hey, yo, Jobs. We got action, homie.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing, Men Make Moves and Suckers Stand Still, and as always, on the mighty Nerd DJ Radio Network. Man, I tell you, every week, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, I tell you the same shit, and it's always true. We only rock with legends over here, and today is absolutely no exception. This queen has opened up for the queen herself, Aretha Franklin, Shaka Khan, the Jacksons next, Shantae Moore, just a beautiful, beautiful voice, the phenomenal songstress that is Alise King. How you doing, queen?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's your family?
They're doing good. A little crazy like all families, but
You got,
they're good.
so you got siblings?
Yes, I
How m-
have. It's a total of 13 of us.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
where are
total of
you in the
13 of us.
hierarchy?
So my mom and my dad together have 9 children. My dad, before he met my mom, he had 2 boys, and then my mom adopted my 2 cousins. So I have 11 brothers and 1 sister.
Yo, that had to be interesting growing up.
I didn't get bullied. I tell you that much. Not as much. I did get a little bullied, but I had a lot of brothers, so
Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking with you. You got 700 brothers at the house. When was the first time you hit a note and was like, damn, is that me?
when I was 10, when I was 10, my I was at one of my aunt Debbie's barbecue. She lived over on the east on Devonshire, and my aunts they had this gospel group, and they would always sing at family functions. And I tried to mimic them, and a sound came out, and I was shocked.
And did you just continue? Just it was just
I
on and
did.
popping,
I did.
or
I ran. I thought I did something wrong, so I ran and told my mom. And from the moment she learned I could sing, she started taking me to every audition that she could. so so yeah, I was pretty shocked, and then she put me in the church choir, and the rest is history. Honestly,
what's the church? What's being in the church choir like? I hear a lot of artists say they were in the church choir, but nobody really talks about the church choir. It's like the Vegas of singing.
um, as a kid, it was fun to see my cousins and my friends. Um, it was a reason to get out the house, the reason to not have to really like you can get away with not doing your chores because you had to go to choir rehearsal. So as a kid, it was a little bit different. When you grow up, get a little bit older, it kind of takes away from like after school sports and stuff like that. That's how it felt to me at the time.
Hmm.
And then as an adult, I grew to love it. Um, and it became kind of like second nature to be there to do it. I went from singing in the choir to actually directing the choir when I was 14.
Oh wow!
And I did it I was 14 till I was about maybe 21, 22.
What church?
Multiple churches. I started directing the choir for a Garden of Gethsemane, which was on, um, it was off of Grasher and oh, I can't think of the name of the street, but it was over there, and then I went from there to Christ Cathedral, which is still up and running because Garden of Gethsemane is no longer um, an entity because the pastor passed away.
Damn.
But
Sorry to
Christ
hear that.
Cathedral is still going. I'm just no longer a member right now.
So how do you go? At what point do you decide I want to make this a career and make some money out of this?
I didn't really realize that I wanted to make it a career until um I would say after I got maybe my second college degree. Yeah, I said my second. I have five.
Are you serious?
Yes. After I got my second college degree, I was working in massage therapy, doing like sports therapy. I was working in practice management and business administration, and I was making really, really good money. But I just wasn't happy, and I didn't know what it was,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't happy. Um, my mom said I was always born to be a leader, and I won't say I'm very good at taking directives, but they gotta make sense.
I feel you on that
they,
100%.
they gotta make sense for me. Like I'm, it's not gonna be the blind leading the blind this way. I'm not following nobody that can't see. So, um, when it came to things like that, I'm like, I don't know how to say no because this is my boss and I can get fired. But that don't make sense, you know? So I just knew that it was something different that I wanted to do. I didn't know what, but when I found myself singing, because I was still singing in like the community church choir,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of the bass player, he had his own band, and he asked me, "Do you sing secular music?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I sing secular music." So I ended up getting in his band, and when all I wanted to do throughout the day was get to band rehearsal with his band and perform, I'm like, I can see myself doing this for a living. I just didn't know how.
I'm sorry, my dog is in the background whining over.
Oh, listen, you said
I
your
do.
dog is in the background running.
Oh my
Right
God.
now, we have my dog gated. I gave him like three toys so he could stop because he was going in. He was
I'm
going
like,
in.
I'm like, bro, you unemployed. Why are you making this sound?
Listen,
You,
it's a whole broke best friend in this house. Okay, I'm talking about whining, barking, sitting at the gate looking sad. That's what he's over by my partner right now, so he's pretty quiet. But just a moment ago, he was cutting a rug.
oh my
So you're
God.
not alone.
Okay, live or studio? Which do you prefer?
I prefer live. I used to be in love with studio, but I have I've been told I have such a um very sweet, sensual like voice. So on like on records, I feel like I sound very young.
Mm.
But live, I feel like I sound, like me. Like, I sound grown and sexy. It's just something about hearing your own voice back. Like even with me watching recordings of myself, videos, sometimes I'm a little squeamish because I'm like, oh, I don't like the way that sounded because I sound like a kid. But
I hate my voice.
yeah,
I
most
just
musicians and singers do,
really.
or radio personalities. Most of them do because we hear our voice so much.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm sure you've had thousands of great performances. Any bad performances?
Any bad performances? Oh yeah, yes.
At what point do you realize, okay, this shit is not my night?
It was I was having a horrible performance. I had a 9-year contract with the Motor City Casino, and for that you do 4 1-hour sets. And I just could. I don't know what was going on with my voice, with my energy. I tried everything to shake it, everything to get together, and I was forgetting the lyrics. My face was toe up from the flow up. I just was not feeling it. And I'm like, I want to go home. I wish it was one of them gigs where it was like a quick 30 minute to an hour set, but I had to do that for 4 hours.
Oh.
So I told my band, I'm like, look, y'all gonna have to hold me down because it's not working. Like I fell on stage. I fell on. It was a mess. That was my worst performance. That's why I laugh when you ask that because I never tell anybody about that. I
Okay, so
never tell anybody about that. But I literally fell walking on to get back on the stage. Like it was some cords right there.
oh
Yeah, it was
yeah.
bad. It was bad.
So the next performance, how not that night, but the complete next day or whenever you had to come back. Do you forget it or is it still in the back of your mind?
So with me, I have to decompress. a lot of people don't realize that as entertainers, we take on a lot of energy. Um, I feel everything. I'm very empathetic. I feel everything on stage. And when you have a lot of different energies and people coming at you, sometimes the shield doesn't always work.
Hmm.
And that night, I don't think my shield was working. I think that whoever was in the audience, I was feeling everything because I was fine. I was fine that entire day. I was fine when I got there. My voice was fine, but it was just something in the atmosphere that
Hmm.
leached onto me and it wasn't letting me go. So even before I stepped into my home, like I sat in that casino parking lot for about a good hour in the car, and I'm like, I have to get whatever this is off of me before I take it home. So I had to just sit in silence. I had to meditate. I had to pray. um I don't like listening to music after I perform, but I had to listen to like some nature sounds, rain sounds, to get it off of me. um I had to do that. And once I felt secure enough to do that,
Hmm.
I went home, and the next day I was able to, you know, come back and do what I do and do it best. And I had a good laugh about it. I'm a very honest artist, and I
Hmm.
told it was a small performance. And I think that was the only time I mentioned it. I told people, I was like, listen, y'all, I just want to let y'all know I had a bad day yesterday. It ain't gonna be like that. I fell on stage and everything. You have to laugh at your, you gotta laugh at yourself
I'm not
sometimes.
mad at that.
You
Best
gotta laugh at
performance.
yourself to get over it, because it, with me, like, it's gonna be stuck there, and I'll obsess about it.
What's the best performance you've had?
The best performance I've had, that's hard to that's hard to kind of minimize.
Matter of fact, let's reel that in. Let me bring that back. Okay, so in the beginning when I introduced you, I went over just a smidgen of your credits. Did you meet Aretha Franklin?
So at the time when um I spoke to her, I didn't get the opportunity to meet her in person because she was sick. I didn't know that.
Okay.
I had I had already been hired to open up for her, and no, I hadn't been hired to open up for her. When she saw me, I had been hired to open for George Clinton, and she saw me perform on Channel 4, called the station and wanted to work with me. So I met her. I met her attorneys and spoke with her people, but I never had met her. But I spoke with her, written 3 songs for her, submitted those 3 songs, and then she chose one called "Forever I Do." It was
Really?
a love song. That's the one she chose, and that she wanted to move forward with. But I hadn't heard anything back. Unbeknownst to me, she was sick. A little bit after that, I heard word from the music hall that they were doing a tribute to her. And one of the people that I know there told me, quiet as kept, don't say anything, but Aretha's sick, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to do a tribute for her. So I had been booked to open for her, and I wasn't supposed to tribute her. I was just supposed to open for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the press conference, um, I think it was Fox 2, they were looking for someone to sing, and nobody was singing. So I just came all the way from the back and just started singing, Rock Steady, baby. And the next thing I know, I got a call from her and Kern Brantley, who was the musical director, that I was now a part of the 12 women that she wanted to tribute her. So I've spoken with her several times, but I never got the chance to meet her because she wasn't allowing any outside, people into her space. Even when she did the concert,
Mm-hmm.
she was heavily, heavily secured, heavily guarded.
Yo, but she chose you. Like that's gotta feel amazing.
Yes, between her, Karen Brantley, and Gwen Fox, and I believe her sister was alive at the yeah, her sister was alive at the time. They were, choosing the women. I mean, Vicky Winans was on the show. Karen Clark Shear was on the show. Tasha Page, Lockhart, all of these famous gospel singers, and then for her to pick other women from Detroit, up and coming artists, it meant the world to us because it was me, it was uh, Beth, it was Kiko, it was Angela Davis, El Renee, who sung background for Kim at that time. And all of these women had accolades. The only thing I had done at this point was open for George Clinton. That was it. But all of these women were like working with Kim and Anita Baker and Charlie Wilson. And I'm like, I don't belong here. I'm talking about they was
Oh,
on tour with Katy Perry, and I'm like, what am I doing here? But it was God.
I love Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Favorite Detroit singer?
Okay. Okay.
No, who would be yours?
Who would be my favorite?
Yeah, just out of Detroit.
Aretha, and then it's Anita. But everybody, if anybody know me, Aretha is number one on my list and will always be.
I'm not
And the
mad at
reason
that.
being is because it just felt good as a little chunky brown girl to see somebody that looked like me, and wasn't ashamed to be themselves. Like Aretha wasn't always slender, you know what I'm saying? But it felt good to know that I could be me. And because a lot of people didn't like that loud, boisterous, hard singing, they
Mm.
wanted you to sing all cute and sexy and sensual, and you got to be a size two, knocking on death's door. So, so it felt good.
I am not mad at that. George Clinton, like how did that come to be?
So I actually got discovered from his people at Olympia Entertainment, and then through Shannon Renee, who was the entertainment manager at Motor City Casino, singing at an open mic slash karaoke.
Really?
Yeah, yes. I had she saw me sing at the open mic jam, and I don't remember what song I did. I think I did maybe one, maybe two songs. At that time, the band that I was with was the house band, but I wasn't on the books to sing. I just, they had opened the floor and these singers want to sing, so I sung a song, and she saw me that night, and from there they booked me to open for George Clinton, and then I had a 5 year contract with Motor City Casino. And then after that, they renewed it for another five, but they cut the contract short recently.
How can they do that?
So there's a clause in their contract,
Mm.
where they're able to, as long as they give you um, a certain amount of notice, they can stop the contract. And when I say they literally had like 24 hours to notify me. If not, they would have had to pay me for the remainder year and some months. But the new entertainment manager let me know like 24 hours before the deadline. And I was, I appreciated the business, but at the same time, I was just like, all this time, y'all could have waited another day to tell me so I could have got them residuals, so I could have got that pay. Like I deserve it, but
Would be
I
nice.
still love him. I have a great relationship with him.
Okay. Um, you write songs. What's the
Yes.
process for you?
So there is no process to writing songs for me. Again, I write based off of what I feel, how I feel in real life. I used to try to write what I thought people wanted to hear, and it didn't work. I didn't like the songs. It didn't sound like me. I was trying to be what I heard on the radio and what I saw on TV. And once I stopped doing that, and I was vulnerable with my music, I fell in love with it. Um, I only have out two projects. A lot of people are like, where's when is your stuff coming out? And it takes me a while because um, I'm very meticulous
Mm.
about what it is I put out in that atmosphere. Um, so yeah, that's that's pretty much throughout the day. If I hear a medley, or if I hear if a thought comes in my head, I'll write it down, or I'll text it to myself in my phone. If I hear a phrase that I like or something like that, or if I just get a feeling, I'll write it down, and then I'll go back over my notes and how I was feeling for that day, and I'll bring about a song.
Biggest inspiration, love or heartbreak?
Both. Biggest inspiration, you said love or heartbreak. I would say both, but honestly, it's kind of sad to say it, but it has been heartbreak though.
I don't know if that's a sad thing to say. I think that's consistent with greatness.
Yeah, but I do find that I've gotten my best music out of heartbreak. And it doesn't always have to be romantic relationships.
Hmm.
Um, but for me, I'm such a lover girl. I'm such a hopeless romantic. It's just like when I do write songs about being in love or how it is I'm feeling when I'm in that space, people always make you regret it. Like, dang, what happened? Like, would you act right, please? Like, Jesus, But I will say this: I have not written many songs about people in
Hmm.
general romantically, but I have written songs about being happy with myself, being in love with myself, um, being happy in uh, the skin that am in, being accepting of me, um, things like that. But as far as like heartbreak, I've written about grief,
Hmm.
losing my grandmother. Um, I have a health condition. I wrote about that in one of my latest songs called Sober. And of course, I wrote about, romantic relationship. One of my songs was like, Ain't effing with me. It was like letting you know, like, you left me for her, but she ain't me. And she ain't messing with me. You gotta get it out. You gotta get it out.
I, are you mad at the wrong person though?
Am I mad at the wrong person? Honestly, no. I'm not mad at the wrong person. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at myself.
Mm.
And I won't necessarily say mad at myself. The phrase is, if you know better, do better. And sometimes we will stay in situations where we know better, trying to give the benefit of the doubt. And my gullible,
Yeah.
big hearted self, I tend to do that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's the
I
hopeless
took,
romantic.
yeah, I took a lot of years to self reflect. Um, as far as not just romantically, but just the people in my life because I'm a giver, and
Mm.
so
Yeah.
people tend to latch
Take and
onto
take
that
and
and they
take.
try to get whatever resources out of that.
Yeah.
They try to squeeze whatever they can out of that, and then they'll be on about their business. Like I've had my heart broken from a friend, even
That's
recently.
actually worse than
It
being
it is.
heartbroken in
It
a
definitely
relationship.
it is. It definitely is. So because your friend knows really like everything,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
So that really hurts. Or having a heartbreak from a parent or your family.
Mm.
You know, I'm real sensitive. I'm not gonna lie, Major. I'm a big sensitive teddy bear. Um, so I'm working on, um, you know, those boundaries. I put up those boundaries. It's just keeping them in place,
Oh my goodness.
keeping them in place, and not saying, you know what, all right, I can ease up on this a little bit because the moment I ease up, then they just come trampling through, and then I'm back looking crazy again because now my feelings hurt, or this
Man.
person that did that, that person that did this, even in business. Oh, especially in business. Listen, especially in business, I've had to create a persona and just be like, look, Elise King ain't playing. Like when it comes to business, I don't play now because I've gotten messed over.
Really.
Yes, I've gotten used and abused. I'm talking about when they say opportunists, opportunists are real.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, but
Uh,
you hear that's another consistent theme throughout the you
yeah,
talk to musicians, singers, rappers, everybody that's one thing that there is no discrimination. The music executives fuck everybody over.
yeah. And it don't necessarily even be the music execs. It can be the people you rocking on stage with, producers, band members, um, people, you colleagues. It could be promoters, managers. Like I've been self-managed now again for a year. Things with my previous manager, we split ways amicably. They did not work out. She had some things going on. I was dealing with some things. Um, but the management that I've had in the past was just like bull crap. Brought nothing to the table but wanted a piece of every dime that I brought in. Booked no gigs but wanted a piece of dime money of everything that I brought in. And it made no sense to me. Like I can't think of one gig that anybody has booked me, like as far as manager, like a manager has booked me.
So what the hell are they doing? I'm sorry, but let me call for you.
Now I will say this: my previous manager, she did do a lot. I did trust her the most, which is why I was with her for so long. Even though she didn't book me a gig per se, um, she was very hands on with helping with merchandise, getting me sponsorships. Very hands on the day of, very hands on as far as she also doubled as my stylist. So making sure I had clothes, getting me dressed, making sure I was able to get to and from the performances. Um, and for a long time, she didn't take a commission. I actually had to make her take a commission at one point. Um, so even though, and she wasn't business savvy in the sense of management,
Yeah.
she was just a friend that I trusted. And I was like, I know you can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because of the other areas that she excelled in as far as my career with making sure wardrobe and all of those things were taken care of and getting me major sponsorships with like Ashley Stewart and at one point Spirit Airlines and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty
T-Mobile,
fucking dope.
yeah, T-Mobile, Imagine Theaters. Like she she had those connections.
So did
So
you get free tickets?
you say what?
Did you get free tickets from Spirit?
No, well, so we did. We got our flights were discounted. We flew for like maybe $9, if that.
Oh, that's love. Yeah, I take
Yeah.
that. Shout out Spirit.
Right. So
I don't even like to
to
fly.
date, I would say she's the best manager that I've had. Everybody else,
We're not gonna mention them. We're just gonna keep
we
that
gonna
energy over
yeah,
there.
we just gonna say I'm thankful for lessons.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me is right now I'm actually working on a project. I'm actually working on an in studio project. I wanted to come out with a single this year. I wanted it to actually come out in July. I have a song called Christmas in July, but right now I'm working through some legalities with this producer because we stopped working together, and the beat that I purchased, um, I even though I purchased it and I have proof of purchase and things like that, I want to use it, but I don't want this person coming
Yeah.
for me. So I'm trying to get a different instrumental and still have the same feel of the song. If not, I'll have to shelf it, and I don't want to do that because I put my heart and soul into that song. Um, I also have another single that I've been wanting to drop for a while, but I never did. It's called Hypnotize. And then I have I said about 4 or 5 other songs that I've been working on. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna say any names of the songs, but let's just say it's an Elise King album. It's very vulnerable. It's very real. Um, I'm speaking my truth, being open and honest. So I'm excited about it, but I do think that I'm gonna wait until maybe Valentine's Day to release it because I want to take my time with it. I don't want to rush it.
Any duets?
Any duets? So yes, there is actually one of my best friends. His name is Remington Real. I do want to do a duet with him on there. He actually helped me co-write Christmas in July. And then I want to do like some poetry type on there with like the singing and poetry. Um, so like my sister in law is a dope poet. So I want to bring that kind of like aspect to it to the
Hmm.
album. Um, yeah, so that's where my mind is right now. I have been in contact with Jupiter, the producer who's produced for like City Girls, Chris Brown, a whole bunch of artists. So we are gonna be linking. I'm gonna be getting with him so I can get some music and get some work done.
When people send you music, like what is it that makes it an Elise King sound?
So I don't like repetitive music. Like if I don't like riding the beat. Like if I can't feel my way in between the notes in the song, then I don't want to do it. If the beat is like too repetitive, if it's just like too structured, I would say like of course you got to have the intro, the verse, the chorus, verse, chorus. But when I say structured, it's like the same chords over and over again. It's you can't go anywhere musically or go anywhere vocally with it. I just I can't do it.
Okay. Uh, how many songs have you written for other people?
I've probably written about maybe 20 songs for other people. They have asked me. I've written over like 400 songs total. I've been writing since I was 14.
Yo, that's crazy. Okay, so somebody comes to you when they come to you and say, "I want a song." Do you just pull one from the catalog, or do you sit down and it's intentional just for that individual?
So it depends on them. If they have a certain ideology in mind, then we'll talk about it. I'll ask them their feelings on it, and then I'll go from there. If not, and they want something already pre-written, um, I can go to my book, my catalog, which is actually in my phone. It's up in the cloud. All of my songs are typed up in the cloud, so I'll just go, and then I'll send them this. Hey, these are the lyrics, and I'll send them like a voice recording of
Mhm.
how the song goes, and then we'll go from there.
Is there
Most times it has been structured around um, a subject that they want.
is there a favorite moment you've had thus far professionally?
Mm. I would say like meeting Shaka Khan.
God, what's she like?
Very, very gorgeous and short. I thought I was little, but Shaka is little.
Like
She
how
is
tall we
so little
talking?
and cute.
How tall we talking?
I'm talking about like I'm 4'11". Me and Shaka like the same height. I think Shaka like a little bit taller than me, but I was shocked that she was that little.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Boy,
was shocked.
TV does something because I would have never guessed that. I thought she was a tall woman.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Um, you got any performances coming up?
Yes. I am actually on Saturday. I am performing at the newly renovated Michigan Central Station at 12:30, and then I'm performing at. I'm doing a special So Far Sounds tribute to the Queen of Soul. I'm one of three artists that was chosen. We're going to be performing inside of Aretha Franklin's house, the Rose Estate, inside of her mansion, one of her mansions.
Really?
Yes. So I have that coming up, and then I will be opening for Monica, Kiki Wyatt, Kay Michelle, and Kelly Price on the 21st at the Riverfront Music Festival. And today I was actually published in the newspaper.
Okay, okay. I'm not. Let me see. I had to look. Get my bifocals up.
Yep, I was published in the Detroit News today. So
Yo,
those
that's
are all of my
crazy.
major events for July. But in August, I got some heavy stuff coming. I'll be opening for Case. I'm headlining the Inkster Music Festival. It's got some stuff coming. Don't
Okay,
want to give
I
you too
see.
much, but
Oh, why not? Shit. Who did?
ah!
Who did that painting in the back though?
Who did
Do you,
this painting in the back?
yes,
You like it?
I do.
So my partner is a visual artist. I did that on purpose. I always try to make sure that one of her pieces is in my background.
Yo,
So my
that,
partner is a visual artist, and she actually has a show coming up on Saturday. She's a dope artist, goes by the name of BAM, which stands for Because Art Matters. So yeah, I mean, you ain't seen nothing yet.
yeah, I like that. What else
Babe,
you
can you hand
got?
me this other piece over here? Hold on, I want
Yeah,
to see.
come on. Yeah, yeah,
I
do
want to
your
show you
thing.
something.
Cause I'm looking at the J's on that. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
So listen. So let me tell you how that went. Let me tell you how that went. So I actually bought that piece from her before we started talking. You know, that's how I kind of slid. You know, slid in there. Yeah. So I want to show you this. I'm gonna slide this back. This is one of her newer pieces.
Oh, you cannot go wrong with Pac. Yo, that's crazy though.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold on. You ain't show the bottom.
Huh?
Let me see the bottom of it. Scoot it up. Yeah, that's fire right there.
She's absolutely ridiculously talented. So even when I do my shows, I be trying to like, babe, why don't you just put some of your artwork out, you know what I'm saying? So if she doesn't have a show and she's able to come to my shows, you more than likely will see some of her pieces at my merch table or actually on the stage.
That's what I'm talking about. Put that shit on the stage, or use
Yeah,
like a projector to make it your background. Oh, that'd be fire.
listen, we got to protect it too. I'm gonna tell her.
Yeah, that's all. I'm only gonna charge you $12.99 for that too.
Ah! You gotta charge me for the idea. Not charge me for the idea.
So when you hang it up, what do you want to do besides singing?
So, I mean, I have 5 degrees to fall back on, but I don't want to work for anyone else. I want to work for myself. So, there are a lot of musical unions that a lot of people don't know about, which is how I was able to, um, you know, work in business, like make my music a business.
Okay,
If something like I pay taxes out of my funds, I pay towards Social Security out of my funds. If something was to happen to me, I have insurance through um, uh, um, a few musical unions. One being what is the name of it? It's through the Grammys. Music Cares. Music
really?
Cares.
I
So
didn't know there were
they
unions.
provide health, they provide dental, they help you with any forms that you need to fill out. Like if you fall on hard times, they'll help you with rent. You just have to they'll help you get a car if something or fix something on your car. Like they'll do all of that, and it won't necessarily come out of the funds that you put into it because that is like once you retire, all of that money that you put into it comes right back to you every single month on top of what they give you on top of what they give you. So once I hang it up, I'm done. I'm relaxing. I'm on somebody's beach in somebody's bikini, drinking a
Yo,
Bahama
I
Mama.
I had no clue that there were unions for
Yes, there are
musicians.
many musical unions that will do that. During
How you
COVID,
find out about that aspect of the game?
so you a lot of research. Again, when I knew that I wanted to do music and I wanted to do it for a living, I said, but I got to take care of myself. I got bills. How am I going to do this? I can't live gig to gig, check to check. So I was able to. I did some research. I put my business degree to use. I did a lot of research, a lot of tireless days and hours of research, and I came across a lot of unions that provide these things. If I was to get pregnant and I would get paid for maternity leave. These unions would send me a check every month for maternity leave.
Yo,
Maternity leave.
that's dope right there.
I have gotten sick before and couldn't work, and I had no money coming in, and I got a check from these unions so I could pay my rent. I just had to send them like my emergency room papers or the doctor's papers, and I got a check or a deposit into my account to take care of my bills.
Yo, that's something that somebody needs to be getting classes on to other
Yeah,
musicians.
even Detroit has one called Demamia, and for that one, I think you pay like a monthly fee of like $7 to $10. And they even help you and provide you with gigs and stuff like that. And so does Music Cares. Music Cares is through the Grammy Foundation, which is why I go through that one because it's really really big.
Hmm.
Um, and it offers a lot of stuff. Even around Christmas, they send you $250 Walmart gift cards and all types of stuff. So I tell people all the time, I'm a bridge. I'm open to sharing my information. I'm just very how can I put this? I won't say funny, but I can tell the difference when someone is coming to me and they really want to learn this information,
Or
or
they
when they're
just want you to
coming to
do it.
me because they really just they trying to get over it.
Yeah.
So like my discerning spirit is not, it don't play. Like Jesus don't play about me.
Oh
I'm a
man,
favorite.
I'm still a goofball at that shit. I'm working on it. If people want to get in touch with you, how do they go about doing that?
So they can go on my website. It's lisekingmusic.com, or they can go to any of my social media pages: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all at Elise King Music. Um, I do have a personal page, which is Elise King. That's the page I'm on the most, and Instagram. I got to work better at TikTok. Gotta work better at TikTok and my actual, artist page. But Instagram, I have about 12K followers. I had 20 something, and then something happened, a glitch happened, and I had to get it back up. But that's the main way they're able to get in touch with me. I'm sorry, Pharaoh, get that out of your mouth.
I,
You see, now my dog want to act up. You
well,
get.
probably because you hear all this howling over here. Like, come on, man! I'm about to. Somebody want a dog because he's about to be unemployed and homeless. So, you can't
your
be
dog,
broke.
your dog just wants some attention. Like, come on, Daddy, get off the radio show.
Go look in the mirror. I'm busy right now. Anyway, I know you got shit to do tonight. This has been a phenomenal conversation. Is there anything that you wanted to discuss that I didn't touch on?
um, no, you basically we touched on everything. What I got coming up, what I'm doing right now, how I got into things. The only thing that I do want to say is that a lot of people don't realize how much support means to us artists, and they assume that because they see us working so much that we just got it like that, we getting money, things like that. But they don't really realize that it is blood, sweat, and tears that go into this. It's really, really hard. It's really challenging. I can't tell you how many times I'm ready to give up. I'm ready to quit. I'm about to stop. But just a simple like, a simple sharing of a flyer, um, or anything will mean the world to us. You don't have to listen. It's always great to buy tickets to come to our shows and things like that, but just a simple show of support would mean the absolute world to an artist. I see people all the time that I know personally that will go on social media and be like looking for a band or I need a singer. And I'll be thinking in my head like, what you
Right.
mean you looking and you know me? But they don't want to, because they know you, they don't want to pay. I'm not cheap. But you'll rather go and you'll rather pay someone else. And that's crazy. Because I
That's
know the people that
crazy.
you hiring, they not cheap either.
Crazy.
And it's very hurtful. It is very hurtful. And I have to get out of, like I was in my head earlier. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I've been mentioned in many articles. I haven't had an article specifically done on me since 2019. So
Mm.
it's been about 4 years since I've had an article written on me. And I'm like, oh, this means the world to me to actually have an article written on me and not just a mention that I'm a part of this event or I'm doing something here. So when I was looking at all of the likes and the comments, I'm like, I got one cousin and a couple friends that liked it. Only people that, like, mainly all the people that shared it was like strangers, stranger dangers. or just Facebook friends or supporters, and it was just like, if for me, if I knew my sister or my brother was in the newspaper, I'm gonna go get that newspaper. Like, I shared the digital thing
Yeah.
online so everybody, because it's such a digital, you know, world. But I like, for me,
I'm going to get a physical copy.
I want to feel it.
Yeah.
I want to feel it. Like, I know my dad will appreciate this because he old school. Like, every show I do when there's ticketed, he be like, "Pooh, save me the ticket stub. Pooh, save me the ticket stub."
See, I'm the
But it's
same
like, for
way.
me, it's like, you can go and spend $3.50 to go get a newspaper of your cousin or your sister or whoever I am to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's everybody in my life, but just certain people I just hold to a standard. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
You should be able to. Unfortunately, people be
and maybe I'm
peopling.
spoiled. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being spoiled. I don't know.
Some people
But
just not gonna do it for you. You know what? I got to the
Pharaoh,
point where
what? Get that out your mouth. My, he, you done jinx me.
oh wow, you gonna put that on me? Put that on my damn dog. Don't blame me for that
Your dog is
shit.
you. Your dog is you. You are your dog.
Shit.
You
No, no.
jinxed me.
Shit. If
Now,
that's
if
the
he
case.
get the howling, I'm off of here.
Well, I'm trying to let you go because I know you got something to do at 6 o'clock. So I was
Right.
trying to give you a few
Okay.
minutes.
Well, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Yo, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming by. Love the conversation. Love your energy, and I wish you all the success in the world.
Anytime. And if you want to listen, I see you love the artwork. Listen, Bam do interviews too. So if you're looking for some more people, let me know.
I'm
I'll
looking for
listen.
some shit, something new for back
Oh,
here.
you looking for something to put in your backdrop?
I am.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna send you my information, or you
Make
send
it
me your
happen.
information. I'll give it to her, and I'm gonna link y'all.
All right, no doubt.
That's
I
how it
got you.
goes.
That works for me. Shout out to Bam.
I tell her.
On that note, you have a phenomenal evening on purpose. And if there's anything I can possibly do for you, not sure what, but if there is, just let me know and I got you.
Will do. Thank you.
No doubt. Peace to you, Queen.
Out.
Yo, just a phenomenal conversation with another beautiful human being. Um, if when you get a moment, go check out Alise King on all the social medias, the whole nine. You heard what she said. Go holler at her. I'll be back in about an hour. We got Tiffany Rose coming on. Shout out to my manager. What's up, Rita? What's going on? And don't forget to like, subscribe, the whole nine, all that shit. Anyway, on that note, I'll be back in about an hour. Peace.